So I've been painting since I was 4 years old because my mom's an artist, and since I was very little, she was always having me in her studio and I was always doing art. So when I came to Canada, I came and studied art. Soon after, though, I really wanted to sing, and I started studying opera. However, just shy of graduation, I had a devastating vocal injury that really sort of stopped things for a while. At first I couldn't sing, and so I started painting to be able to communicate these things. And in a way, I was painting the music that I wasn't able to sing. I ended up having surgery. Actually, I ended up having 3 voice hemorrhages. And with the time prior to surgery and after surgery, I ended up not being able to speak for a whole 4 weeks. And that was really hard. It was devastating. It was also just difficult, not being able to communicate, not being able to express myself artistically. So it was amazing, so therapeutic to just be able to put everything I was feeling and everything that I wanted to sing, basically portraying it and putting it on a canvas. I have been recording my recovery since the very beginning, and every painting is almost like a snapshot of what was happening during that time or how I was feeling. If I was upset or if I was depressed, it's there. If I was feeling more optimistic, or if I wanted to feel more optimistic, then I could also portray that on the painting and show that I wanted to be positive, that I want to sing with all these colors, that I want to, sing with all this texture, and I want to be as loud as some of my paintings are. Now that I am recovering and my voice is coming back, I'm starting to be able to put both art forms together, and I'm starting to be able to really combine them and marry them. As most of the paintings sometimes are portraits of music, now I'm able to organize concerts and maybe participate in some of them where the painting will be part of a recital, will be in conversation with the performers. I feel it's almost like the film like Water for Chocolate, where she cooks putting her feelings in there. Well, I sing and I put my feelings into the painting, and I'll often, do my exercises. I have a straw here because it's often what we'll do. I'll go, and I'll just like be singing and painting and watching the temperature so it's not toxic, and then go back to, okay, well now I can go back and relax and paint. So right now what I'm doing is I'm checking my temperatures for the wax. You want to keep it between 180 and 200, or else it's toxic, which is why I have my trusty mask in case it gets too hot. And what I do is I have my hot plate and I melt it, and then I can put in some oil. I use oil, some people use pigment, but I use oil because it's cheaper, and then I can also do other things with the oil later. In here I've also put in some damar resin, linseed oil, so that it hardens very well. And I love getting drips. A lot of my work has drips. I can remove them if I'm unhappy with the results. But see, I like how that turned out. And then what I'll go ahead and do, well, probably I'll remove this one. I don't want to keep this. And then I can always like put in good new white wax in here and like repair the damage. And then I have my heat gun. And then with the heat gun, we're sort of re-sealing. So I sort of re-melted back onto my support. And that's how I paint with the wax. This is just something that I'm working on right now. It's absolutely not finished yet. But as you can see now, I'm getting really nice texture because I keep on layering the wax on top of itself, and then every now and again I'll add more paint, some oil, and then I'll go again with a heat gun and reseal it, so all of these layers of wax are getting sealed, And it's beautiful to work with. Wax is a little bit transparent, so you can also see in through the layers. I'm really happy working with wax lately. I think I'll stick with it for a while. Wait, too light. Oopsies. This might be a good match. And the reason why I like to fix with my fingers is because I like to really embed the color into the wax and almost like warm it with my fingers. And this is mainly when I'm repairing. I am really excited that for the rest of the month of June, I get to participate in the I Heart Local Art campaign, which is Open Door Galleries campaign to help AIDS Vancouver. If you would like to check out some of the original artwork, we have an exhibit going on right now at the Pan Pacific, so come and join us. Also, don't forget to hashtag iHeartLocalArt to enter the contest. We have weekly draws and we have amazing prizes, so remember to use your social media. We have a wonderful app available on the website, and it's amazing to use. It allows you to see all of the artwork and put it on a wall, on a virtual wall, so you can see it. You should also check that out. It's a commission piece for somebody who has done the Camino de Compostela in Spain. This person who commissioned this is a neurosurgeon and had a major epiphany whilst doing the Camino. So for him it was a life-changing event. And when he reached out to me, I was making really excellent changes with my voice after my injury. It had been so hard to get better and to get back into health. So when he reached out to me, it was also kind of a bit of a turning point for me. And I felt like both paths crossed. I was really struggling. How am I gonna encapsulate this huge journey that he did? And as soon as I thought, okay, wait, what about my journey? I've also done, I haven't been all the way to Europe, but I've done a personal journey that took me a long time. It's still taking me a long time. And it was a good painting. It was like a gift to do this painting. This painting is called Scarring. The story with this painting was that as my vocal injury journey was going on, I had a pretty bad episode and I had to stop speaking for 2 weeks. And by no speaking, I mean no clearing your throat, no coughing, no whistling, no mouthing your words. So it was pretty devastating and it was quite shocking too. So thank goodness I had painting to be able to communicate what I was truly feeling. Scarring means that you are strong enough to get through something. And that's what scarring really means. So I was scarring. I was being strong enough to get through something very difficult. And I'm really proud that I got through it. It's maybe a little bit dark, but it was a dark time, and I'm very proud of the honesty that I was able to capture. When I first started painting as a career, we lived in this tiny little apartment, and I was painting in the living room, and I was spilling things all over the place. It was hardwood, and then every now and again I'd be like, oh God, because I would have like ink all over the place, and I would have to clean it and hope that my damage deposit would suffice. So eventually we reached to the conclusion that either I had to rent a studio or we had to move with somewhere that had space for me to be able to paint, and also somewhere that was closed off so that the fumes of the oil weren't gonna get to our heads basically. And this became my home that unfortunately has gotten paint all over the place already. And it's great because it has excellent ventilation. For what I do, I need really good light and I need good ventilation. So even though it's the tiniest place on earth, it's really great for what I need. I just need a support, I need ventilation and light, and that's what it gives me. And And I can close it off. Actually, these doors can be closed. And then my mess can stay in there and bother nobody else.